Alright guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Kyle.
And if you see our breath, it is because it is very cold in here. But you're not here to know how cold it is. You're here to see a battle of Warhammer. And that battle of Warhammer today is Imperial Guard, or the Militarum, copyright, is against the Thousand Sons. Should be a good matchup, especially with the list I have brought, because I am using the Warzone Octarius book, the Cadian supplement. I am bringing all the stuff today.
Very excited.
Yes.
Very excited. But what mission are we doing?
We are playing Secure Missing Artifacts. I didn't even have to look at that. It is Mission 1 of the Exhibition Finals in the US. So what we're going to do is we're going to play by potentially the new rules. So it'll be taken hold, but it'll be 4, 8, 12 points rather than 5, 10, 15. And the secondaries, if it's one of the ones that are rumoured to be changed, which I think I'm taking no prisoners, which has been changed, and you're taking bring it down.
Yeah, bring it down just slightly tweaked regards to levels, but it's still changed regardless.
Yeah. So we're going to be using the new rumoured rule set with the mission from the finals.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it should be good. Should be good. Interesting lineup, psychic versus tanks, basically. That's kind of the gist. But it'd be interesting from our point to see potential changes in the future. I feel like they are going to be a solid thing since GW released this on their website. And it mixes it up again. Like we've said it plenty of times in the past on like the kind of recaps that things need to sort of tweak and change. And it seems like it's a bigger change than the like 2020 to 21, 21 to 22 seems to be a bit more like regards to the 12 points and stuff. And then you've got the addition. So like this one, it's something like if you hold your own objective, you get an extra 3. So you can still get your 15. Yeah. It's just harder to do. You know, if you run out of your own objective, you could potentially lose that and stuff. But it should be fun. I'm looking forward to them freshening it up a bit. Yeah. We play a lot of Warhammer. We're blessed to do that and to obviously show you guys. So
it's a shame we don't play more Warhammer and bring out more videos, weekly videos. But you never know. In the future, we might be in a position where we can do that.
Absolutely.
Because I want to do that. To be fair, I really do. Yeah. Unfortunately, like we say, plenty of times we work full-time jobs, and it's hard to get the time off together. Like at the minute, you can see our breath is freezing cold, and it's a Friday evening when we should be out partying, getting drunk, and
I would never.
Neither would I. I'm a total saint. So yeah, let's go see them armies. Don't think there's anything. Oh, there's a big subscribe button. Whoa! Please subscribe and hit.
You just had a massive reaction. I was like, oh yeah, so there is.
So, right, now that I've had a big reaction, he's done nothing. Let's go see them armies.
More than Ben, though.
Yeah, more than Ben. Then again, he laughed within the first like 10 seconds.
Apologies.
Sorry, Ben. Right, let's go see them armies. Right, guys, here are my 2,000 points of Militarum. There's a lot of boys. Right, we'll start with my first battalion, which is Knight Commander Pask with a battle cannon and heavy bolter sponsons. Next is my Warlord, who is going to be Gatekeeper. So he's got the Relic Gatekeeper. He's got heavy bolter sponsons as well. I know there's a las cannon on the front. I don't think I've paid for that in the points. I'll have to double check my list. The list is down below. Can't remember if I have. I might have done. If not, it is a heavy bolter on the front. And then we have Creed. Then we move over to my troops choice, which is, bring it around, the unit of 10 guardsmen, a guy with just a normal chainsword, boxcaster melter gun, rinse and repeat, and then finally, just here, we have another one, which is no special weapon, and just that. He doesn't have a power sword. Ignore that. It's meant to be a chain sword, but I didn't have enough guardsmen with chainswords. There we go. That's the word I'm trying to find. And then eventually we move over into my transport. I have 2 chimeras. In heavy support, I have a mortar team and a las cannon team. And in my elites, I have 2 platoon commanders So the first one, which does have the power sword, has Bastone's power sword, so that's one relic. And the next guy over has the Pax Arcana Cadia or something along those lines. Tax maybe. It's a cool relic where you can basically spend do a stratagem and not spend CP, which is very nice indeed. That is the first battalion. Moving over to my patrol, I have 2 tank commanders with demolisher cannons and heavy ball sponsons. I then have a hellhound in my fast attack, with a heavy flamer on the front and the inferno cannon. And then I have 3 sentinels, all of multi-lasers. And then the troops, I have 3 troops. Sorry for the darkness on this, guys. It's just where the light's positioned and where I could store the models on this huge map. They all have the plasma gun, boxcaster, and then the sergeant just with chainsword. I think that is everything for the list. Moving over to my secondaries, I have Stranglehold, Abhor the Witch, and no prisoners. I think you know where the Stranglehold's going to come from. I'm going to bomb up onto them objectives, baby, and lose guardmen as I go. Hopefully this list works. It's a hybrid guard list. I've been watching a lot of Mordian Glory, so shout out to that guy. And I've kind of built this list around his recommendations. I don't have any Manticores with full payloads, otherwise they would have been included in this list instead of the Chimeras and the Hellhound. But got to work with what I have. I don't have the Manticores just yet, but they are an investment I'm probably going to take forward because I do fancy taking my guard to some tournaments, seeing that the majority of it is painted. So, with that being said, let's move over and see them Thousand Sons.
And here we are with the Thousand Sons and their glorious paint job done by David. Once again, many thanks, because he has brought reinforcements for us today. But we'll get into that in a moment. The Warlord, Ahriman, with a lovely 3-up invuln as his Warlord trait, which really you're not going to pass up on. In the second slot, I have an Exalted Sorcerer. Again, like normally, Psychic Powers will go over in game because there's a hell of a lot and we don't want to bore you this early on. Due to him being in the list, I can take a normal Sorcerer in Terminator Armour, which is this lovely model down here, as like an additional free slot. Because I have 4 HQ and the last one is this beauty, the Demon Prince of Taniche. So again, Psychic Powers, and I'll go with relics in the game as well because I don't want to play too much of a giving it all away because Jimmy is sat over there and there's some sneaky plans with some of these magical relics. But going into the troop, I have a 5-man Marine squad just with bolters, 10-man goat people, a 5-man Marines again, but this time they have the cannon and 1 warp flamer. And then going over to the lovely red armoured Marines, I have gone for 8 with flamers this time. I actually remembered, so they can hopefully roast some of them guard down the line. Going over to the elite, I have got a Contempted Dreadnought. Hopefully it does a lot more better than the last time I used it. Not saying no more on that one. And then I have 2 5-man squads of Terminators, thanks to David, with this second lot here. This one on the left has the heavy weapons, the racks on the back. These guys have just got the combi bolters. Nothing really special about them, but they are still very nasty indeed. Then going over to the fast attack, we have these lovely Tangor Enlighteners. So basically, these guys have the great bows to do some sniping, hopefully sniping some of them pesky little HQs that Jimmy has got going on. Then going over to the flyers, it is the Helldrake with the Bell Flamer, and then rounding off is a just cheeky little Rhino as it comes. My secondaries today, I've gone for Bring It Down, What ritual and behind enemy lines? Bring it down, pretty obvious. Could have done assassination because of how many characters he's got, but I do that quite a lot, so I wanted to try and mix secondary up a little bit. What ritual? Middle of the board, psychic power. With these guys, you'd think I'd probably be able to do that quite easily. The only question is, can I get to the middle of the board? And behind enemy lines, the deployment zone is pretty huge, and there is quite a lot of ways to get there on this map without being shot to pieces. So I feel like with guys of deep striking and some fast moving units, I should be able to do that pretty well. A little bit worried about how many tanks he's got because they are toughness 8 with a 2-up armor save now, so they are pretty beasty. But I do have a lot of potential with mortal wounds, which he can't really do much about. So that makes me a little bit happy. So they're the lists. Let's go over to deployment. So deployment has been set. Just over here, these Marines have all hoarded together behind this building just to see what fate lies ahead when you come over here. So the deployment is obviously a diagonal line, so that's what he's done. Let's not forget. Let's hope that Jimmy doesn't forget these little Marines down there. And then flipping over here, I have the Demon Prince and the Dreadnought. In 2 of his tanks, he has 2 10-man squads. And then on my side, quite a lot more. I have 2 5-man squads in the Rhino, and then these 3. So the 2 Terminators and the Terminator Lord is deep striking in. Normal rules apply as we play them. So imagine these are giant boxes. So if you can't line of sight through them, you're not allowed. Again, these are quite new to the channel. Previewed last battle report, I do remember. Shooting through is a -1, just the same as these ruins. Shooting through plants is exactly the same, but I don't think they're really going to come into effect in anything. If you're behind stuff like this, the big boulders and whatnot, you can't be seen as well. That's pretty much it. The objectives haven't been moved like the pre-game sort of ruling. So basically, you alternate through, moving them 6 inches horizontally. So this objective down here has moved out of the feature, which is a little bit annoying for me, and this one has moved closer. So this is quite a juicy little bit of a channel there. Number 5 has to stay put. 4 has anchored back, just a bit away from all the firepower. So this is being more of like a cul-de-sac, if you want to call it that. And then flipping over there, I brought this one where the mortar guys are, just further out of the terrain pieces. So there is no benefit of cover. Yikes. So we'll get the dice and we'll see who nabs first turn. Just before the dice roll, we'll just mention real quickly, you have to pick in secret an objective marker in the opponent's deployment zone. In their area, sorry. So it's the whole of the sort of this quad side, and then mine is on this side. Jimmy has elected a number 2 for me. So if I hold that with a new ruling, after my turn, I bag the 3 points like the basically maxing 15. And I have gone for number 4 for Mr. White. And just final little bits and bats. Sentinels have moved up their pre-game movement. That's why they're not within the line. Hoping probably to nestle down here and hold this one for Mr. Jimmy. So, got your D's?
Shing.
Good luck, God bless, and all that good stuff. Solid opener. Not solid opener. Guard.
Here, the mighty Imperium will stamp out the Xenos. No, Xenos, no! Chaos scum! So, my end of movement phase. Yep, these guys have moved up technically in the shooting phase because I've moved them. But I will just gloss over that. These guys are like around here originally, and now they up here.
So is that a new sort of cadence change then?
Since the balance patch came in,
Mm-hmm.
now tank commanders can order just any vehicle. And commanders, it becomes like a 6-inch, and everybody within 6 inches of him, so it's like a 6-inch aura.
Right, okay.
But Vox casters allow, when he does an order, if he's by a unit, or within 3 inches of a unit with a Vox caster, he can project that 18 inches. So he was within this squad. So how it was this squad was originally here. The squad cut him in half there was originally here, and then this back squad was originally here. So what I did was I ordered through the Vox caster, move, and because this squad was within 6 inches of this squad was within 6 inches of that squad, they were all able to move. And I believe you can advance them with move as well. So them guys got a 12, these guys got an 11, these guys got 11, those guys got a 10. If that is wrong, let me know in the comments below. This is a new supplement. It is a new balance patch, but it would make Vox casters like pointless, or you wouldn't need a Vox caster. And the 5 points, so they've got to do something. So how I imagine it is the commander would order that unit with the Vox caster, and then it'd be 6 inches from the Vox caster, if you know what I mean. This unit just so happened to be within 6 inches of the other two, allowing this move to take place. And that's about it, really. So the movement has gone up. I've managed to get up there, but that's technically in the shooting phase, but we'll just kind of gloss over that.
I think with Guard getting the codex, it'll be
a command phase ability. Command phase, and it's
then you move
voice commands. Yeah. 9 inches moved up there on sort of objective. These guys have advanced, and the commander has advanced. The last cannons have moved to allow the tanks to come out, and these tanks are just sitting pretty in case of all the Terminator deathage in that corner. So I'm just kind of trying to screen the backboard as much as I possibly can, whilst moving up all the squishy men. So we will go into the psychic phase. That's that done. So we'll go into the shooting phase. Beginning of the shooting phase. Moves happened. I've explained this in the movement phase. So that's that happened. Right, so now what we'll do is we'll do it properly. So the orders I'm going to do is take aim with this on this squad here. Creed has a 12-inch aura ability, so technically that squad is just within 12 inches, so they can take aim as well, which allows me to reroll ones. And then the commander back there cannot order this unit because only one order per unit, and I'd rather have take aim, even though I don't think there's anything in range, so it's kind of a pointless one, but I need those guys kind of sat there ready to move up. Hopefully that's that objective, just like them guys up in the top corner. I don't think I'm within range, unfortunately, of ordering the Vox caster of this guy here. So I think that's about it on the things. I am going to have Gunner's Kill on sight aimed from this tank commander on tank commander Pask. And then Pask is going to order... Let me have a little think. So I'm back. Right, he's not going to order anything actually onto this. Well, he can't order anything. He would order on something here. I would have done the move, but I am actually blocked off. So that's not going to happen. Unless I burn a CP and get them to go scout recon, just move them up and get them around a little bit, and then that will open up a avenue. But then that gives potentially a charge here, and these guys are kind of screening. So I'm going to leave that there. This tank commander is going to order pound them to dust on himself. This is Gatekeeper, so he will be firing at the Helldrake. What's this? The men have moved back and retreated? Well, it turns out move is not one of the ones that you can order. So I've probably had Imperial Guard players in there going, you can't do that! I've looked at the balance patch again because I was looking at orders for tanks. Realised we can't do it. My apologies. Okay, right. With that being said, I've realised that I'll be shooting a vehicle unit, so I have asked my opponent if I can change that, and he said yes. So I'm doing Gunner's Kill on sight now, and Hail of Fire. So Hail of Fire allows me 12 shots. Then I'm doing Fire, Reload, Fire, which any unmodified 6s would normally be an additional hit, but in this case it is 2 additional hits because it's against a vehicle. So I'll be hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s, and then wounding on 2s. Any 6s, I get 2 additional hits. It's pretty powerful. But yeah, because he's hard to hit, unfortunately, well, what can you do? So yeah, apologies for that, guys. We have corrected it. If you've put a comment down below, just reply to your own comment and go, haha, you caught it. Like herpes. As for the rest of the stuff, just staying put for now. Yeah, just staying put. So, I will be shooting what I can. I'm going to see if this guy can actually get a cheeky shot off against somebody else. I don't think he can. I think the terrain is blocking him. I'll have to have a look. Anyway, first off, 12 shots from this going into this Helldrake.
So, will this free CP'd weapon benefit him or not? Soon find out.
Here we go. So, hitting on 4s. Oh, wow.
That's a very good roll.
4 6s so far. I get to reroll 1. So, the 3s are misses. Reroll 1. It's a hit. So, that is an extra 2, 4, 6, 8. I get a +4. Technically.
Yeah.
And then it is 2s to wound you. Because normally I'd be strength 8 against, I believe it's toughness 6. Might be toughness 7.
I think it's 7, but it's
7.
still 3s.
Whatever it is, it's 3s. But because he's Gatekeeper, he gets +1 to wound. So wounding on 2s. Which is all of them, good sir.
How many is that in total?
That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15.
Minus
2.
Okay. Demon saves regardless. I'll get the dice and see if I can survive. Let's see if he can survive. Not with that roll, I don't think. So that's 3. Yeah, he's well and truly dead. Does he explode? No, he implodes. But that is 1 well and truly fried chicken. Next target is these guys hitting with this tank. So
yeah, I can see one of them. So starting with the heavy bolters. So I'm hitting on 3s, rerolling the 1s because of Gunner's Kill on sight. Not bad. And then wounding you on 3s.
yeah.
So that is 2, 4, 5, sir.
Okie dokie. Come on, baby. 3 are dead. Right, next gun.
See how many demolisher cannon shots? 8. So it is 2, 4, 6, 8. These again hitting on 3s. Reroll the 1s. And then these will be 2s to wound. Some drop 1 though. 5 again, sir.
Invuns galore. That's 4. So, what was the first one?
D6, 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 and D6.
I mean, it's... So that is, you killed 3 to start, and then killed another 4, so 7 altogether. Yikesy yikes. This tank commander was in range of the heavy bolters, managing to take 2 wounds off this rhino. Now it's Pask right at the back of the field over there. Is going to be shooting into the rhino again.
Into that rhino, yeah.
Okay.
So only his battle cannon is in range. I'm putting Gunner's Kill on sight on him, so he's rerolling the 1s for just 6 shots. So hit on 2s, reroll them 1s, and then wounding you on 3s.
Yeah.
Ugh, only 2.
Okay. 5 looks required. Let me re-roll that one because it's bloody gravel. So 1 definitely goes through. And 2 definitely go through.
So D3 damage. 3 for 5.
Cool. So he's down to 4 wounds remain. Last cannons shooting into this rhino.
Yeah, requiring 5s, which isn't brilliant, but I'm
So
not
got
sure.
one.
1. And then winding you on 3s. Oh, I'll reroll that. Yes. -3.
Oh yeah, of course. I was going to say, I keep thinking...
Goes through.
Yeah.
So 6s.
Nope.
And then how many wounds you got left? 4.
4 so needs...
4, 5, or a 6. It dies. For 1. I will burn a command point. So I'm down to 5 for 4.
Cool.
Does it explode, sir?
No.
It doesn't.
I'll roll... off camera, I'll just roll the guys when they get the dice, see any survive, whatnot, and all that good stuff, and then we'll move on to the next bit of shooting. So like we said, we rolled off camera and 1 Marine was destroyed in the flames. Jimmy went over to his mortar team, which is right down there. He's done the hits off camera. Now to see if he can wound.
Yeah, wounding on... what tough is he? 4 or 3s?
They're 4.
4. So wounding on 4s. 3.
That's what you need.
Just your saves.
And 1 is still alive.
So that is that for the end of this turn. I realised in my confusion with everything here, I should have done a move and put somebody on the middle objective. That was my mistake, and that has actually cost me 3 points on Stranglehold. Not a smart move. I realised afterwards, because I thought I'd move on here, and then I'd scored it, and I confused myself. But I did technically score 3 on the primary with having my secret objective up in that top corner. So that is something. Everybody's around. I have crippled his movement, even though the rhino is still on the table. But that
It's a ghost.
It's a ghost rhino. But that has crippled his movement, because these guys are not going to move up very fast. Oh, and the Bray Herder ran away. I might have said that already. Yeah. So that's everything so far. My turn. Currently got 3 points. Technically a point on no prisoners as well, because I've killed enough for 1 point. But we score that at the end of the game, of course. So we move on to Thousand Sons, turn 1.
Turn 1 for the Thousand Sons. Wowee wow, that was a very, very successful shooting phase from Mr. White's guard. Really, really crippling my in-your-faceness. So I am working on a master plan as we speak. So what I've done is these Marines have bombed up into this crater so they can do hopefully what ritual and start that off there. These Marines anchor down on objective 3 for the time being, hopefully trying to pepper some of these guards that are going to come round and try and claim it for themselves. The disc gang has just moved up here behind the barricades and whatnot, but holding objective 2 just to bag me 3 points at the end of this turn. These I'm anchoring down for now until I have a master plan. Try to work out stuff and things, and I couldn't do either of that. And then just rounding off the movement, these guys have just moved into the terrain with a bit of shooting and a very long charge, if I am lucky, into well, either or really, but we'll get to that down the line. Psychic phase next. Need to definitely check up on what has got what, and we'll be right back in that all-important psychic phase. Psychic phase. Just before I forget, I am the Cult of Time, so therefore everyone has the ability to bring back a model in their squad within 6 inch. This is not going to go off right now because I need these to do what ritual, and none of these are in 6 of them, so that's not going to go. Ahriman, with regards to the psychic phase, is going to do a smite annoyingly into the guard because they are the closest. Weaver of Fates onto the Zangors to give him a 4-up invuln, And the last one is Glamour of Taniche into the tank to give him a -1 a hit. I didn't mention it at the start, but I will mention it now. I am on 17 Cabal points for this game. The tank, the Rhino, and obviously the Helldrake didn't have any effect on that. So at least that's something, so I can use these points for my advantage to potentially get some Super Smites and all that good stuff off. Going over, rounding off the psychics to let you guys know what's going to happen. These guys are also going to do a smite into the guardsmen, and these are doing Warp Ritual to start that off to get them all in crucial points. Over here, the Demon Prince has more buffing powers, which is a little bit annoying. He has I can't remember the wording, basically giving him +2 strength and 1 attack. It's not really going to benefit me unless he charges it, but why the hell would he? And a healing aura as well. So what I'm probably going to do is that, just in case anything crazy happens, and I'm going to do a smite into the Sentinels, and that is really it. Not the greatest. I had a lot of shenanigans up my sleeve, but going second probably has shut it down a lot of that. But I have a hell of a lot off the board still, so I'm not totally defeated. No. So I'll do a psychic off camera regards to the rolling, but you guys know what's going to happen, and we'll come back with the recap of the damage. Psychic phase done, and the recap was a successful one. Everything passed, everything went off according to plan. What Ritual went off, bagging me 3 points for that. Smite from both these, wearing these down a little bit. This guy is now -1 to hit, 4 up invuln. What I did do is one of the Cabal abilities for this guy at the back, which basically means he can do, on a free, he can get a command point back, which he did. So I'm back up on 10. This guy has made himself super strong in case any charges, and add a smite onto the Sentinels. Lucky for him, I got a super smite regards to the Cabal points and clinking 5 wounds off this back Sentinel. Unfortunately not killing it, but I have a bit of shooting to do, so hopefully I can take this one down. Psychic phase, success, tick. On to the shooting phase.
This squad fired everything into this squad and killed the entire squad, leaving the platoon commander on his own. I believe Zangorn Enlightenment are going to fire into this guy.
Yeah, with their sniper bows.
Sniper bow!
They always hit on a 2.
Okay.
But they get to reroll once because of lost keys. That auto wounds. Nice. That's a 6. So, and these are 3s. So, I think they're only 1 damage, so don't get too scared. But
what is the AP? Because I've got 5 up in them.
I feel like you'll be on your 5 up in one. So have a little quick gander. No lookouts, obviously don't really make any effect to this. AP -1.
Okay, so regardless, 5 up. They both go through.
Yeah, just 1 damage each. So
1 damage each. So he is alive on 1 wound.
I'm going to eat my words now. I said these trees will never come up, and they're coming up. So the front 2 here are shooting through this orange warped tree into this 1 wounded geezer. Manages to wound him once, so it's do or die for Jimmy with his 5 up. I'm going to say 5 up invuln.
5 up invuln, but what I'll do if I fail this, that is the guy that has the relic where I can burn, or I can use the stratagem so I can get a reroll, and I can do it for free. Because, well, just before he dies, he'll go, my relic! It's the tax Cadian, whatever it's
I
called.
think he's a tax man.
He's a tax man. So needing a 5. Bossed it anyway, okay. So I don't need to burn that.
No worries, so he's still on 1 wound. I will go over to the next unit of shooting. Next up, it is the Dreadnought shooting his assault cannon, I do believe. Yes, into the las cannons in the back. Jimmy's burning a new stratagem called Cadia Stands.
Cadia stands, old boy. You can't kill Cadia. Basically, what it does is it gives it mini transhuman. So on a 1 or a 2, they fail, which is quite handy because you're strength 7, so you normally be wounded on 2s. And also, if the attack is damage 1, which in case this is, I get +1 to my armor save. So I'm 5 up regular, 4 up because I'm in cover, and the 3 up technically because of the stratagem, but then because of your -1 with the autocannon, back up to a 4.
Nice little strat that. So let's see if I can actually hit and do the wounds, because that's all good and proper. So hit on 3s. Great, that's fantastic.
Wounded on 3s?
Yes. Okay, 3 4-ups required.
Hoo-yah!
Loved it. Loves it. It's going to be one of them games. Oh dear. Right, guys, some cheeky charges now. These Marines, I know they're going to run off objective 3, but I want to get closer up to the ranks. I'm going to charge this boss geezer, needing 11. So if I don't get it, it's not the end of the world. I'm holding objective 3. Going over here, this Contempt Dreadnought is going to charge the Sentinels, needing a 10. And this Demon Prince is going to charge the the Guard, needing a 12. Massive charges, but sitting there is not going to do much, is it? Right, I will start with the Contempt Dreadnought, because I feel like that's more likely to happen. Needing a 10. Not bad. I will burn a CP to try and see if I can do it. And he does not. 12 for the Demon Prince.
You can't fly, remember? You ain't got wings.
Of course. Right, flipping over. These need 11, did I say?
Yes. And you've already burnt it.
It's fine. That was a bit of a push, but at least I'm holding this objective still. And that is really about it. I will come back on the recap. I'll see you guys there. Recap, 6 points. 3 because of this new sub-primary, whatever you want to call it, for holding objective number 2. And what ritual goes off in the middle. So technically I'm on 6 to Jimmy's 3, 4 technically with no prisoners. Okay, I guess. Psychic phase was obviously a success. And that is about it. The shooting wasn't the best, especially down here, rolling really, really rubbish when it really needed to happen. Killing some of the last guys would have been really good, or even just destroying that guy. But it is not all lost. I have all this lovely, expensive, super hitting good stuff, and a lot of CP and a lot of Cabal points as well. But Jimmy is going to push out and hit hard with pretty much the consistency of his army. So, that being said, let's see what Guard can do in their turn 2.
Movement in Guard, turn 2. The Lehman Russes up here have only moved 5 inches. These guys have advanced, but they are within 12 of Creed, who's moved up as well, but staying within 3 inches of these guys, even though nobody can really see him from back there, so it should be fine. The Chimeras, you're probably wondering, what are we doing wasting the time there? Just ignore the light. These tables ain't big enough. Ignore the product placement. Yeah, they're just there to basically screen out the Terminators from getting behind enemy lines. And then not the next turn, so the end of turn 3, so turn 4, these guys can then bomb up onto, hopefully get up onto objectives. Because if these tank commanders are still alive, I can order any vehicle now, the go throttle, which allows them to move and advance even more. So technically we're getting like 20 to 25 inch movement Chimeras. Pretty powerful. And Mr. Sharp is raising his eyebrow and like,
illegal!
This is disgusting.
Well, we were saying off camera in regards to the supplement for Cadia and then the rebalancing. It's just, obviously they probably did it,
yeah,
but it's just like landed really well. where so far it seems really solid. Like, I've no gripes with it, because I feel like Guard deserves some love. But yeah, it's been so far so good. It's not really a good day to be Chaos, put it that way.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, does everything against Chaos.
So I've moved up. Command phase, I got an extra CP. Movement, you can see this guy's shuffled across so that I can get line of sight here. My plan is hopefully blow these guys away, blow the Zangors away, and then somebody can just put a whole load of fire. Granted, I know it's free up in Bun, but for example, if a Demolisher Cannon can get a couple of shots through, then he should die. And then that is slay the Warlord, even though we don't do that anymore. These guys will hopefully get killed by these geezers. And I'm hoping a lot of shots go off over here as well. So that's my plans. I will do my orders, or tell Kyle what my orders are going to be, and then I'll tell you as I'm shooting the weapon, just like I always do with my Guard. So, with that being said, let's go to the shooting phase. Starting the shooting phase, no orders on this tank. It has fired into these guys, causing 10 wounds. Pretty good. -1 on everything to 4 up saves required.
Oh, that's not good at all. The rolling continues. So that's 3 dead.
3 dead?
Yeah, 3
Cool.
are dead.
We will be back in a moment with more shooting.
Next up, it is the Las Cannon team taking vengeance back onto this dreadnought that tried to kill them, and they just absolutely leveled up. So let's see if they can level up and destroy this dreadnought.
Yeah, the platoon commander that is next to him has ordered take aim, and with me being Cadians, they get to reroll all their misses.
Sounds good.
So hit on 4's rerolling, which is probably a good thing. Which is not a good thing, I rolled a double 1. No! And then wounding you on 3s. No, I will not burn a thingy just yet.
Okie dokie. So, great shooting from the dreadnought to them, and them to the dreadnought.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I will have a little thinky. I might do the move, and take aim with Creed on the various things. So I'll do that off camera, and then we'll come back in a moment.
I'm trying to find them, but I can't find them. Here they are. Mortars shot into the Enlighteners and killed 1, wounded 1, which was very good indeed. Next up, Pask was shooting all his load out into the dreadnought. Heavy bolters went first, managing to clink 1 wound off him thanks to the dreadnought powering of -1 damage. So he's burned 2 CP for which stratagem again?
Hail of Fire. And at the same time, I will do load fire... fire load... the reloading one.
So the 3 CP again.
3 CP again, so because he's a vehicle, it's 2 additional hits for every 6.
Sounds like a plan.
So, and then he's put Gunner's Kill on sight on himself, so he's re-rolling the 1s. So here we go. Reroll this one because it's cocked. Cool. And then just move all these along. I'm sure I saw 2 6s a minute ago. I might have knocked one. So that's 2. Let's just review the footage because I'm pretty sure I saw 2 6s and as I've knocked it, I think
Okay. So we checked the footage and it was just 1 6. So he obviously got 2 6s because of the reroll. So he's on 16 hits.
16 hits.
Cool.
Looking for 3s to wound. There's a lot of 1s and a couple of 2s.
Still very good though.
I dropped 5, so that is 11.
Okie dokie. I'll get 11 dice and see if I can survive. 4 ups. Let's do this. Oh, that's terrible.
No, it's 5 ups.
Is it 5 ups?
Yeah, you don't have a 2-up save.
Not even fun. I don't know if I've got a 4 or 5. I mean, it makes the odds. Oh, I got 1 4 actually. So, is it D3?
D3.
You need to roll 8.
3, 6. Can I just kill that outright? No? Because because it'll be all 1 damage.
Oh yeah.
8 wounds.
Yeah, you will.
Well, we'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
That's what I can do.
I mean, deductions and wise, yeah, you're totally right. Does it explode?
Please explode.
Yep, of course he does. Brilliant. Right, I'll see what he can do and see how many damage he does to the Demon Prince. This tank was shooting into the Demon Prince. Heavy Bolters managed to clink 1 wound off. And just to clarify, it was 1 mortal wound for the explosion. So he's down to 6. He has the Undying Form Warlord trait, so he is like a Dreadnought. -1 to the damage. So Heavy Bolters did 1 damage, like we said. Now it is the main turret. Do you roll to see how many?
See how many I get. So he's got. I'll have to accept that.
It's above average.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like, could be worse. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm hitting on 3s, re-rolling the 1s. And then winding you on 3s.
Damage 8. Strength 8, sorry.
Strength 10.
Fair enough.
Just 1. I will.
What damage is it?
D6.
Yeah. I
will give you 4. I know you've probably got a 5 up in done.
4.
4 up in done.
I'm a psycho with all magical warps. I live. This is my home. This is my house. You're shooting into it. Don't worry, I'm rolling bad. So let's see how many ones I get. Needing 4s. 2 go through.
2d6. He's dead.
Yeah, well and truly. So that is a Bore the Witch. Next up, it is these guys. He's burning a stratagem called Shock Troopers, but due to him being around, it is free. So that basically means these guys are technically, quotation marks, stationary. So they get all their rapid fire las guns going into this squad, plus the melter at the front, and these as well. Is that right?
No, these guys are just because I'm ordering take aim, and they're within 6 inches of him, so they get take aim as well. But they're rapid fire weapons, so I'll have to double check to see if they can shoot at the target. They're not within rapid fire, so there'll only be an extra couple of flashlights.
Sounds good.
So I'm not that bothered. No, because that's rapid fire as well. So I'll have to double check.
Okay, but either way, you might as well get your good dice and see what these guys do.
I will do all the las guns off camera, because it's going to be pretty pointless. And depending on what happens, I might do the melted gun off camera as well.
Okay.
Okay, so
this tank now, with the warp infused into him, he is -1 to hit. So shooting through.
Hence the 4. Just to remind me, he's hitting on 4s.
And because he's shooting through this warped tree, it means nothing to him because he's already down -1.
Or shooting through this.
Yeah. So heavy bolters are into these. Is that right? And then the demolisher cannon is going into this 4-man squad.
Starting with heavy bolters then, into that squad. They're hitting on 4s. Reroll them 1s. I drop 3. Then wounding you on 3s. So that is 2, 4, 5. And then each fail be -1, so 4 saves.
Yep, you get him.
Yeah, right.
That's 2 points to a Bore as well. And then demolisher time, baby.
Yeah. Let's see how many shots I get. Oh! I can't reroll as well because I burnt my CP on the melter gun to wound, and then you passed your invuln. So 3 shots hitting on 4s, 2s. Goes through
Something.
minus ridiculous. That'll be your invuln.
Nope.
Nope. And it'll just kill that guy.
Yeah. So he damage 6 as well. Overkill. Saving the best for last. The Gatekeeper is now shooting, split firing into these Marines down here with heavy bolters. and then the rest of the guns are in Ahriman, just being able to see, but it is still taking a -1 due to this oil water tanky mabobber.
Cool. I will get the dice for the heavy bolter. He's doing Gunner's Kill on sight, surprisingly, on himself. So hitting on 4s. Reroll the 1s. Actually, that saved you, that. Sharing its cover.
Cheating! No, she's just pushing towards me. You alright?
Yeah, 3s. Had a total brain fart there. Okay, well, if you fail, you're 3 up saves. Just one more dead.
One more dead. Yikes. Now, Ahriman's Warlord trait, I can, one phase, I can basically declare it. So he's now got a free up invuln with a reroll in the bag.
Reroll in the bag, so I need a big amount here. 7 again. It's not too bad, I suppose.
Above average.
Hitting on 4s, rerolling them 1s. Only got 1. The beautiful thing is, though, I am wounding you on 2s.
Yeah.
Thank God. So 4, you free up in guns.
Right. This is where my luck needs to be a little bit better. And I will obviously reroll that. And obviously it's 1. So 1 goes through.
Flat 3 damage.
Cool. I think he's got 6 wounds, so I will double check and add it to his wound tally.
No assaults are happening, even though I could technically go there, but I am outnumbering on that objective. So I am currently on 3 objectives, giving me Stranglehold. I've got 5 points for Bore the Witch by killing the character up top here, the unit that was here. Shame I didn't kill Ahriman, but I can't really complain. I did kill a Contemptor Dreadnought and a Demon Prince and a unit of guys, and whittled another one down and took at least 1 Zangor away. Good stuff. I've got a nice amount of screening all going across the board, which is very good as well, meaning those Terminators are going to drop either up towards there somewhere, maybe somewhere down here, but I am blocking them behind enemy lines currently. Annoyingly, Warp Ritual will still go off in the centre here. I can't stop them points. Bring It Down is all to play for when them Terminators drop in. Can he cripple the tanks? That is the question. So, I've scored 19 this turn. My total so far is 22 to Kyle's 6. He has a turn in play now. Let's see what them Thousand Sons can do while they're heavily on the back foot.
Turn 2 for the Thousand Sons, and wow. Wowie wow. Deep strikes happened. All these guys are down here, so the Terminator is within 9 inches of both of them, and then them guys are within 9 inches of the Sentinel. This list really was turn 1. I really banked on turn 1 because of how the shenanigans could have gone, but Jimmy, oh wow, his shooting with these leveled up guard is just other level now, where they really have taken out a lot of my hard hitting stuff. So the plan was to have these use their Veil of Darkness, the Unbelieving Crystal, and deep strike him further in with the Terminators. Because of the little I've done to his army and how fantastically good he's done with mine, I cannot get in the backfield because of the screening, because he's just got too much to do. And I can't leave these off another turn because I probably won't have anything left on the board otherwise. So these guys have just moved around. The plan was for turn 2 to stay the back there and then deep strike them in. Hence why behind enemy lines was a thing, because obviously I would have technically, if it worked, 5 units for 2 characters and obviously 3 units. That's not the case, and you just have to wear it sometimes. So what I've done is I've just moved them around with potentially, I think, 4 or 5 at the front will measure up, being able to hit these, and still holding number 2, bagging me 3 at the pot at the end. Luckily, I do have these guys in the middle for what ritual. So points I can still claw for now, but it's going to be a very, very challenging thing. If I can get some charged off with these guys and some of these, potentially whittle down some of the stuff, I might feel a little bit better about the situation. But that Gatekeeper with them strats, wow, I feel like makes me want to get guard. It makes me want to get guard. So with Psychic Phase, I'm going to have a little think, and then we'll be right back and see what I can do. So with Psychic Phase, I'm going to burn 1 CP for Unholy Cerberus on Ahriman to get rid of one of his psychic powers to replace it with another one. I'm going to do Gaze of Hate just because Doombolt was tempting, but other people have Doombolt and I'd rather use them on other things. So he has Gaze of Hate. So he's going to do Gaze of Hate, potential Smite, and possibly the Forb in Vun on these guys. What ritual is going to go off in the middle? And then we will come back with a little recap. Actually, scrap that. We'll do... And then this guy, he has... the upgrade so he can use 3 psychic powers, and I've given him a Warlord trait so that he can roll 3d6 and then obviously pick the ones he wants. He is going to do Smite, Doombolt, and Sinichi's Firestorm, I do believe. Obviously, overkill and guard. The plan was for him to use on something like a tank, but that's what we've got to work with, guys. So he's going to use all of offensive on them. Ahriman's going to do that. What ritual there, and then what we're probably going to do is I'll have to think what psychic powers are available and what he can do, but it's probably going to be a Smite into probably the Sentinel or the Lehman Russ, both 9 inch away, so I can decide. That is what I'm going to do. See you guys back at the end of the Psychic Phase. So just a final recap of the Psychic Phase. So these 2 squads of Terminators use Smite onto the Sentinels. I got basically it wrapped up to a 9, so I used some Cabal points to get +1, so I got the 9, and he psychic power went off beforehand, managing to do the business there. Flipping over here with Gaze of Hate, manages to kill the platoon commander, whatever the guy was. Yeah. Smite went off, doing 2 wounds, and then I burned the more Cabal points to do another D3, doing 5 in total, knocking him down to 7. What ritual went off, which is good stuff. And over here, with all his psychic shenanigans, it managing to kill 6 of the 10 guards there.
You healed Ahriman as well.
Of course. So on top of that, I burnt 2 CP, so every time you get a modified 9 with psychic powers, you can heal D3, managing to do 2 on Ahriman, which is just down there, knocking him back up to 5, which is good stuff. Annoyingly, Ahriman doesn't have the Clutter Time stuff, so he can't even buff these guys and bring one back from the dead, and these guys are way out. And what ritual was more important for me right then? So pretty successful psychic. Unfortunately, the using of all the psychic shenanigans down here should really be on tanks. That was the plan, but killing a few guard, well, we'll take it, won't we? Moving over to the shooting phase.
So the arrows of the Zangors and the bolt pistol from Ahriman went into this squad here, killing 3. Flamers went into this squad, resulting in nothing left. Now the Storm Bolters of the Terminators are going to pick their targets somewhere around here. So we will see. Kyle's going to pick them targets and we'll be back in a moment. The Terminators at the back now shooting into the las cannons. They hit, they wounded. Cadia stands though for 1 CP, meaning I get a 3-up save. 5 wounds have gone through. Hopefully this 3-up save can count for something. I do lose a base though. Second squad of Terminators now firing everything into the las cannons. So the Storm Reaper, Storm Reaper,
Soul Reaper.
Soul Reaper, not Storm Reaper, and combi bolters going into las cannons, and the missile rack is going into this tank. 8 combi bolter rounds have made it through. 3-up save required. That is another base dead. 1 base remains. So Mr. Kyle will roll his Soul Reaper cannon shots and we'll be back for a potential save. Soul Reaper cannon has done 2 wounds thanks to Cadia stands. 2 dice requiring 6s. That is the last las cannon dead. Missile rack now.
Double
Both
hits.
Strength
8.
Toughness 8. 4 is required.
Ooh, 2.
Ooh. Minus
I can't kill it, but it is AP -2, so you're looking for 4.
4s thanks to 2-up save now, thanks to the balance sheet. 1 goes through, 1 does not.
D3. No, reroll that. It's going to probably a 1 now. That's alright.
2.
2,
Cool.
I'll take it. Down to 5.
Oh dear.
Charge phase. I am going to charge the Marines into the Guard. The Zangors are going to double tap both the tank and the Marines, and so is Ahriman. The Zangors are going to go first, just in case he wants to overwatch. Flipping over here, the 2 Terminator squads needed a 9 because of deep strike into the Sentinel. And because things look dire, why the hell not? I am going to charge... Do you know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to charge the Sentinel as well. Just to so that I anchored in and he can sort of hide, because I feel like he's going to die if not. Okay, cool. So we'll be back with surprise and see if anything gets in and if anything not. It is turn 2 for me, as Jimmy always says, but luck is not on my side today. Starting here with the 2 geezers. So if you like to roll your dice, sir. Easy peasy. Cool. On a 6. Zangors needs a 5. Or a 7. Ahriman needs a 5. It's a 6. Easy as well. Right. The combi bolted Marines, Terminators.
Fail.
Nope, they fail. The second squad. Nope. High but no cigar.
Watch this now. The sorcerer will get in on his own.
And then I'm going to re-roll the second squad of Terminators.
Okay. You sure? Is that wise?
Well, if he goes on his own, he's doomed.
Oh yeah, by a Sentinel that's going to kick him in the face.
No, next turn. Right, no. Terminator Lord, sod it.
He's out in front anyway.
Reroll that, it's irrelevant. Right, I'll burn CP for reroll it. Nope. High scores, but no 9s.
Nope.
They're staying put. He's just sat on his own. Okay, I'll move all these in and I'll see what I can do.
There's a lot of dead guardsmen in this squad. These guys attacked, killing a couple. The Zangors attacked, killing the rest. Now it is up to Ahriman. Will he put his staff into the Lehman Russ? Or will he just finish off the guardsmen? What is it, sir?
I am going to split it. 3 into the guard, 3 into the tank.
Cool. Right, go on then. 3 into the guard first, finish him off.
Reroll his all armor? No. 2s. 2.
-1, yeah. So
Correct.
6s. Nope. Squad wiped.
And
And then
then
finally,
all
2s,
hits.
followed by
5s.
5s.
Not meant to be. And then I've got the disc. Hits. No, I thought lucky. Oh well. Squad wiped, which is something I guess. I'll guess I'm back for my little recap then.
Yes. To the recap we go.
13 for this turn 2, which isn't too bad indeed. I'm still on the back foot, but not totally out of the game just yet. These guys not getting any charging off hurt a little, and I feel like they'll probably be dead turn 3. But so far, not too bad. At least I'm holding some objectives again. And I killed a whole bunch of guard. Yeah, they are guard, but at least the board looks a little bit more balanced. Not all the tanks are here, but whatever. So yeah, I think it's 19 to, if we called it now, probably about 24, 25 to Jimmy. So yeah. So without me ranting on for much longer, it is guard turn 3.
Movement for the guard. I have pulled this Lehman Russ out of combat. This Hellhound is now sat on that objective ready to flame these guys. This guy is eyeing up the Terminators, and then maybe his heavy bolters will be out of range, so they will go into one of these targets here. The mortars are probably going to try and finish off these Zangors. These guys have advanced to 12. Creed is there to probably put them so they can get in around the back on objective 5 to guarantee me that. Oh no, I've currently got Stranglehold actually, so that doesn't really matter. But I'll do it anyway for little giggles. And then just eyeing up juicy targets. I need to take out them Terminators. They are the threat. And then we've got a little bit of a threat here, but it's not too bad with it being Warp Flamers. But the guy can jump, and I've probably left a little bit of gappage around this area here, which is behind my lines. But I've got to push forward. I've got to move forward. So let's go. Let's get into this shooting phase.
Shooting phase. The mortars shot in and killed the Zangors. He wounded 3 times, and I needed a 4, and I got 2 ones and a 3, which is terrible. Then this guy shot all his flaming goodness into my flaming goodness, only killing 1, which was a bit better rolling. And then this guy, the Gatekeeper, the wonder that has done so very well in this game, has done his heavy bolters, only killing 1 of the Marines, leaving the Psyker in play. But the Gatekeeper battle cannon is going to shoot into these Terminators down here. He's burnt 1 CP for exploding 6s. So we'll see what he can do.
And he's got Gunner's kill on sight on himself as well. For do I burn my last CP to reroll that? Yes, I do. Please be better than a 4. Damn it! It's a 4! Oh no, not like these. So hitting on 3s. Unfortunately, not rerolling the 2s. And wounding on 2s.
Okay.
So, minus 2, so it'll be 3 ups because you're in cover. And you bust them. I wasted 2 CP for no reason.
Okay, so the Gatekeeper has maybe needed a little bit of a rest, a little snackage along his quest for victory. I'll let Jimmy have a little think and we'll come back in a moment, guys. The heavy bolters split everywhere. One of them into this Marine, killing him, and then the other 2 going into these, killing 3. Ouch indeed. Next it is the Demolisher cannon into the Terminators with the Skyrack.
Nice. Loads, but no, 6 again. 2, 4, 6. Hitting on 3s, rerolling the 1s because the Gunner's kill on sight.
That's 4 hits.
You on 2s because it's strength 10. All of them minus 3, so it'll be
4 ups.
4 ups.
2 go through.
So first one Kills a guy. Second one. Carry all that. Takes one down to 1 wound.
Okay, so 1 dead and 1 on 1 remaining.
So we did quite a lot of shooting off camera. The sorcerer, after being shot by Pask, is on 1 wound remaining. Pask shot his heavy bolters into this squad, reducing them down to 2. Luckily, Mr. Kyle does not need to worry about morale test, because, well, he's dust. He's just dirty dust in a armoured suit. This squad here, and everything was wiped out. Just Ahriman now, all on his lonesome. It was a strong shooting phase for the guard. Not strong enough, because there is a nasty block of Terminators up in that top corner. But I did score 11 on my primary for holding 2 and having my special secret one up the top, even though I reckon the Terminators will now take that from me, so I'm not going to be scoring them points there. But hopefully I can hold on to these 3 here, and with that score 12 points on my turn 4. Hopefully. Stronghold, I was able to score this turn, bagging me 3. Boar, I got 2.
Yeah, 2 because you killed the troops.
Yes. And a bunch towards no prisoners. At the moment, we have calculated no prisoners as 6 points, so it's not too bad, really. The end of this turn, I scored 16. So 3 for my first turn, 19 for my second, and 16 for this turn. I will say one thing. Definitely having the primary being smaller makes the game feel a lot closer. But yeah, anywho, let's go over to the Thousand Sons turn 3.
Turn 3 for the Thousand Sons, and where the hell are they gone? His use is orb or crystal or whatever to deep strike over here. Logic being, I've already banked the 5 points for the primary down here.
4 points.
4 points, thank you, new addition. But I would score 4 points for behind enemy lines rather than the 3 I would gain from this one. Yes, I'm off an objective, I understand that, but realistically, my odds of being alive for turn 4 and 5 are very slim with the amount of stuff on the board. So the logic being over here, I am going to flame these and use psychic powers to try and remove them. And if I could charge whatever's left, I could potentially bag this objective for me. But then you got to think, I have got all these Terminators. I'm Terminator Lord, ready to rock and roll and hold objective 4. So I could potentially get back the base I've lost. Psychic phase, Ahriman is going to do War Rituals because I have to get some points on the board. This guy, he's going to do Smite, Doombolt, and Tanichi's Firestorm into various targets down here. Over here, I'm probably going to do Time Flux with this Terminator squad into that Terminator squad to bring one back, and then we'll see with this guy, and I will recap it. We'll do this all off camera to be nice and quick, and then I'll recap any perils, etc., and anything that is interesting down the line. See you guys at the end of the psychic phase. So another successful psychic phase off camera. This guy has used all his psychic shenanigans onto the mortar team, wiping them out and knocking Creed down to 2 wounds, which was lovely stuff. Ahriman, as probably predicted, did his War Ritual. So that is maxed out for me on 12 points. Down here, the Terminator Lord did his Cult of Change psychic ability to bring back one of the Marines that was being destroyed by the Gatekeeper, I do believe. And then the squad did Doombolt and Smite. Doombolt failed, but Smite did hit the Sentinel, taking 2 wounds off its 6. So that was pretty successful, but what do you expect from a psychic army? Shooting phase. The guys down there, unfortunately, are out of range, I do believe, by a couple of inches. Ahriman will be shooting his bolt pistol into the guys, and then we will come back on camera with the wounds from these Terminators.
Terminators up at the top there, all their combi bolters went into this squad, killing 6 in total, because 2 were killed in the previous turn. Now, the everything, all the combi bolters are going into the 2 guardsmen, getting rid of them, and then the Soul Reaper cannon and the missile racks are going into the platoon commander. So we'll do the guardsmen off camera, because, let's face it, they're going to die. And then we will bring the Soul Reaper first with the platoon commander. Right, guys, we'll see you in a moment. So the Soul Reaper cannon shots going into... Ooh, missed 2.
Yeah, missed 2.
It'll be 2's to wound.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. 5 up in bun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, nope. That's 2 wounds down. He's got 1 remaining. Sky Rack now.
What's
it? 2s.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. 2 more 5s. Come on, 2 5s. No, he is dead. Charging. The Terminators at the back into the Sentinel. These 2 squads are going into this commander here. So we'll start with the Far Terminators. They're definitely in. Now the Terminators. They're definitely in. The Sorcerer. Oh no, he's not in.
I'll re-roll that.
Yeah, he's in. Cool. We will bring you the combat against the tank commander, but against the Sentinel is probably pointless. So we'll skip that one, guys, and we'll be back in a moment. Surprise, surprise! The Scout Sentinel is dead, and we've done Ahriman as well. He did declare this, just we forgot to film it. And he's killed 3. Now the Terminators are going into the Lehman Russ, and you are burning a stratagem, are you not?
Wrath of the Wronged, 2 CP, it's +1 to wounds, basically. So
Cool.
I'm wounded on 4s rather than 5s,
5s.
which is good stuff indeed. Yeah. Yes.
Cool.
Okay,
We'll
my
grab the
dice.
dice, and we'll be back in a moment. Freeze to hit.
You have to know that is a pretty bad roll.
And force to wound.
Just free that one, please.
3 so far. So that is a grand total of 5s required. Thanks for the 2-up save. I've passed 2. I have failed 1. He is down 2 wounds to 10. Now we will move over to the stave.
3 attacks. Hitting on 3s again. Brilliant. And wounding on 4s. Brilliant. Just what you need.
And then your sorcerer.
Yeah. Really glad to burn them 2 CP. He's got a forced axe. That's all I know.
He's just got a force axe. Looks like he's got a flaming hand to me. Flame on, brother.
5 attacks because he's a battle psyker. Hitting on 2s rather than 3s because he's a battle psyker.
Battle psycho.
Always. This is 5s though.
Oh dear.
2?
2? Okay.
AP -2 and it is D3 damage.
Okay, it's 4s. Pass 1, fail 1. D3 damage.
For 1.
Cool.
Wow, brilliant.
He is down 3 wounds. He has got 9 remaining.
And I scored 14, the best turn yet. Scoring every single secondary and the primary. Just how bad this turn 1 went for me. The primaries were always going to sting me. Like Jimmy did say though, the fact that he's scoring 12 rather than 15 does help, 3 points, etc, etc. Clearing down here, stopping him from getting them 3 points was quite nice. This combat, which is a bit unfortunate, especially being 2 CP, I would have thought I'd have done a bit better than that, but that is how things go. But maxing out War Ritual was good, and behind enemy lines, scoring me them cheeky little 4 points. Probably not going to be so cheeky after turn 4, but I am happy my guys have lasted this long. I mean, these Terminators have done very well to survive, but unfortunately their speed is going to let them down in the end game. So, moving over to Jimmy, and his turn 4.
Imperial Guard, turn 4 now. And as you can see, the Guard have mobilised out of their transport chimeras. I know these chimeras were kind of wasted at the back, but they did stop, not bring it down, behind enemy lines, kind of, for the majority of the game because of the Terminators being there. Or not being there, should I say. I have now moved up and basically just sat on all the objectives apart from my super secret one. Creed, luckily, is just within 3 inches of this objective. So I did score 3 objectives this turn, giving me Stranglehold and 12 on the primary, because I'm not moving off these, and now I'm on more, so I'm definitely scoring Stranglehold. Now it's just a matter of getting a Bore the Witch. I'm going to try and kill these and kill this guy. I've left Leman Russ in combat because at the end of the day, those guys are not really well, they are a threat, but I think basically, let's just face it, if I can kill these and kill Ahriman, that's all the speed gone, and then there's just 10 Terminators foot slogging around the board and unable to really hold objectives. Might score a few more points, but I will just keep driving my tanks away and stopping that, bring it down. The War Ritual's already maxed and behind enemy lines. Kyle could score a few points, but he's going to be split too much with just the 3 units. So I think it'll probably be game. So we'll just get into my shooting phase and we'll just try and bring you the juicy stuff. Like Gatekeeper shooting into Ahriman. The heavy bolters are going to go... No. The heavy bolters are going to go into the red guys, and the flamers from here are going to go into here. Or do I?
If you kill Ahriman and you kill my Exalted Sorcerer, let's just say game, set, and match.
Okay. Do you know what? I will fire all his weapons first into here. And see if I can't kill Ahriman that way, and then I can just literally fire the heavy bolters into here and kill the sorcerer. Oh, hello, dead guardsman. So that is what we're going to do. I will get my dice for this guy here.
We start with the first tank, hitting on 4s because he's degraded, but managing to wound Ahriman 4 times.
Three times with the
3 times.
Column.
So, looking for 4s. 1 goes through. You need a 5 or a 6 to kill him.
2.
And it's a 2.
Cool. Well, I've got my heavy bolters, luckily. So, quickly roll these.
Count to 3.
So, hitting on 4s, we're rolling once. What toughness is he on the...
I think it's just his speed goes up, so it's still 4s as far as I know.
3s then. Ooh. Just 2.
Still enough to kill him, though.
If you fail both. Oh, he's on 1 wound.
So, yeah.
I will get the... Oh, it's 15 inches. What am I doing?
15 inches, that's such a weird...
Well, I think the main cannon on top's 30. In fact, I think that's the only one in range. So 2d6 for 9. So that's that. That's that. And then 3s again. That should be 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7.
Oh dear.
7 inbuns.
2, 6.
It's only 1 damage, but you only need to lose 1 wound. You do, 3 times.
Yep. So that is Ahriman slain. The Gatekeeper, Leman Russ, shot all his heavy bolters and managing to kill the last 2 Rubric Marines. Now, the Gatekeeper cannon is shooting into the exotic sorcerer. 8 initial hits. Did you get all of them?
No. I need to roll.
Oh, okay,
so
sorry,
3's rerolling the ones because a gunner's kill on sight. Good thing I'm rerolling them ones. So I missed with 2. And then I am wounding on 2s. Still managed to miss with 1. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Minus 2.
4 up. Invulnerable saves. 1 goes through.
Flat 3 damage.
I think he has 4 wounds. Definitely more than 3, so he's definitely still alive.
Okay. I will put all the heavy flamers into this.
Okay.
So I'll do that now. So 3. Oh wow.
Oh, beauty.
16. Yes, 16. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. Wounding you on 3s.
Right, let me just roll a few dice. He's dead.
Oh.
And that is that. I did say I will concede if they die, and unfortunately, they didn't die by cannon fire. They died by flamers. Both of them got flamed to death. So what we'll do is work out the points for the turn 4, turn 5, and we'll come back in the wrap up. Seem fair?
Yeah, I will quickly off camera just shoot everything into them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just to see if we can wipe them. And then, yeah, we'll try and calculate from there.
Sounds good.
Cool. Right. Well, we'll see you in the wrap up. So that is it. Victory to the guard. So thanks for watching. See you later. Now, it finished 80 points to 39. I managed to max out primary. I maxed out. Oh no, I didn't max out Stranglehold. I maxed out Baller Witch and I scored 8 on no prisoners. Mr. Kyle scored 18 on the primary, 5 for Bring It Down, 12 for Warp Ritual, and 4 on Behind.
Yeah.
Nice.
When I made the list and we sort of share pre-game just to make sure we're not missing things, well, that's a new thing because we keep doing it. But when I saw Jimmy's list, I was like, oh dear, because of just the toughness 8 tanks.
Toughness 8, 2 up save.
They've become mental. 2 up save, toughness 8, plenty of wounds, hitting on 2s, well, some of them hit on 2s, re-rolling the 1s, and then there's loads of strats for like making them fucking mental. But I'm not trying to do a sob story because I'm really not. Because I really did enjoy the game, even despite like it was uphill battle from the game start. But I didn't really have anything punchy in combat.
No.
My Demon Prince was kind of like the only thing I made. So the psychic powers, I had the one where he became strength 9, and then even still, it's still like how I roll. And roll probably loads of 2s, and it'd be like, oh great. But yeah, killing the Heldrick, my intention was to kind of bomb up, harass his back lines, imagine, and then the Terminator Deep Striker, and then the Exalted Sorcerer with the Flamers were going to be like, basically, like half my army would just suddenly teleport in front of him or behind him or whatever. But because you did so well first turn, and I did so badly first turn from my side, you had just too much, you're just screen central, you just literally like, you know what, I'm controlling the game.
Screened probably 3/4 of the board, looking at all this bottom corner. I had the whole of my, easy. Basically the whole of my section, barring this ruin that's here, all up here, up towards the rocks. It was pretty much zoned out, so just pushed out slowly, kept my guys behind, and just used that guard's fire. That's what they're known for, really.
Yeah, the tanks are just bonkers. They are suddenly become like, what the hell? And you did the right thing. You really played a good game with that. Your guard, you got them in front with like a meat shield. So I couldn't really charge you as easy, or charge your tanks easy, because I wouldn't be like a 12-inch roll or whatever. And the psychic powers, I had all the psychic in the world, but all we're doing is fucking blitzing guard. You know, I wasn't really doing anything with them.
Killing 6-point models or something.
I mean, the only thing I had in my ammunition was sort of deep striking stuff really forward regards to the Exalted, and then doom bolt, smite, and then potentially taking a good chunk of your wounds off that way and clinking here, there, and then popping tanks. But I knew even doing that, it destroyed me a tank, but then you had another 6 more to do. I think regardless, because they're so like, it's bonkers. It'd be interesting to see if they do level out the points down the line, if the tanks become a bit too good.
Well, they're 150 points base. For the sponsons, that takes them up to about 170. So you are paying nearly 200 points a tank, really. Because then you can put more stuff on them. And that's just the cheapest sponsons. If you want to put multi-melters on them or anything, then I think heavy flamers is 30 points. So that'll be 180. Or multi-melters is like 200 points then.
Yeah.
So there is ways of, well, there are ways of making them a lot more expensive.
I think your heavy bolters though, I mean, sometimes they don't always work out. Like going against Death Guard, they're not that viable, or stuff like that. But with this list, they did well. 2 damage, killing a Marine if I fail my armor saves. I think looking at like sort of the elitist sort of armies. So with my Death Guard compared to the Thousand Sons, the Death Guard have the -1 toughness, which makes them 7, and then it starts to change the game altogether. And then there's
you're reducing the damage that I'm giving as well.
This book is really good, and there's a lot of it's really complex and layered, which if you like that sort of thing, then definitely go pick it up. But the issue is it's obviously really, really heavily based around psychic. No shocker there, which is great. But when your psychic can't get off where it needs to be, then it just falls flat. I think that's what Grey Knights does really well in the Codex. They've got really good psychic with regards to buffering and whatnot, but then they've got really hard hitting combat as well, like the Dread Knights.
Like even interceptor squads with the halberds. They've got the combat size. I suppose what you kind of have with the Thousand Sons is they're shooting. The regular bolt is pretty good at being -4.
True.
Its downfall is it's only strength 4. Rather than -2, sorry, I said -4, but I meant strength 4, -2, and then 1 damage. And that's pretty much across the army with any of the like warp bolters or stuff.
I suppose, if you really flip it back on that, then I suppose going against Marines, toughness 4, wounded 4s, and then they've got like a 5-up armor save, which then it starts to push into that boundaries. Like here, AP didn't really. It mattered obviously, but you've got AP -2 against a 2-up armor save tank, so it's still 4s. You've got a 50-50 flip of a coin, or you're wiping out guard units like we bring up. So there were no elitist to worry about. So so what? You lose some guard to it, and if you roll pretty spicy for your tanks, which you did quite a lot, don't mean not. And even if you do kill a tank, there's another million of them anyway. But no, don't discredit you. I think the new supplement and the new tweak, I think, is really, really spiced guard up, and rightly so. I think they're just I love playing against them. I just love the whole kind of like the little man sort of saving the day. I think the only downfall with it right now, which you've experienced quite a lot tonight, is there's 3 books to read.
Yeah, carrying 3 books, holding 3 books. Like, if I hadn't put them away already, I'd get them out. Like 3 books and a digital balance sheet, which thank God I did look at that, because I did mess up move to begin with in the first turn. It does make sense that actually, because then that way you'd be pushing guardsmen up right, left, and centre for fun.
Yeah, and you just time to just sat back doing everything.
But well, I suppose it didn't matter on this one, but I should have moved up on objective 5 in the first turn, and then Stranglehold would have been fully, but that's something that I've got to learn, because I don't think I've ever taken Stranglehold as an objective before.
I don't think we have.
So we're trying to remember of jumping onto them objectives.
Do you flipping from this actual game? I know me and you obviously have been to a tournament and in the past with your guards, and obviously using NIDs last time. Would you consider them, or is it still?
I would have to tweak and make them a lot more competitive. I would drop the Hellhound. I'd drop the Chimeras. I would put in, if I owned them, which I mentioned in the army overview, manticores, and then you put tank case on them, and the tank case you put is full payload, which basically makes them can shoot anything on the board, so they don't need line of sight. It's like 120 inches or something, so you're hitting everything. It's strength 10, I think. -3, flat 3 damage.
So basically like a hive guard sort of element, but on steroids.
But, yeah, on steroids basically. But each manticore only has 4 missiles that it can only shoot. So it's getting 12 shots, but it's hitting on 4s. So you do kind of need something to babysit it and maybe
is it a Pask keyword?
It is.
So in Cadia you could do your exploding 6s
yes.
if you did it that way. But obviously if you did it, you'd have to probably put it in a different attachment, wouldn't you, if you did your payload thing?
Yeah.
Or to get rid of Cadia, but...
Going on to Modern Glory, another Imperial Guard YouTuber. Fantastic. If you want to know anything about Imperial Guards, you're probably already watching him. But he has suggested 2 full payload manticores, 2 demolisher cannon tank commanders that can go up in the middle of the board. He puts heavy flamer on his, so that if something charges him, then he's getting 3d6, strength 6 -1, or strength 5 -1, 1 damage.
Oh, it hits that though.
Yeah, it hits the end of the day. But only on them, and then he has Gatekeeper sat at the back with Pask with the battle cannon. So I kind of took a little bit like so cut out at spine. I hate this 10-minute timer, especially when we just want to get into the meat and gravy of everything and talk. So yeah, I basically took a little bit of Modern Glory's the spine of his army list and built my own. So I used kind of what he used, like Stranglehold, for example, so that you can get out and push onto them objectives and keep putting wave after wave of guardsmen on there. The other thing was, well, I played the mission basically of I was against a psycho heavy army, so obviously a ball, and no prisoners because you had enough wounds on there. And that was about all I said with that. And then we talked about the mission and the new primaries. Can you remember what you said?
Pretty much. No, the new layout. I think it keeps it a lot tighter.
Yeah.
It keeps it more interactive. I think the tweaks with regard to the secondary, something like the retrieval, like Tari's data. I know it's tweaking and stuff like that, but it brings people involved. It gets you fighting, which is the main bulk of the thing. You could have 2 armies, like you said before, and how your NIDs run. You could have 2 armies that just sort of circulate around the board, retrieving Octari's data and collecting, engage points, and that's kind of it. You don't. Yeah. And it's like, well, it's not really. That's kind of like with me. I always like try and swerve into aggressive secondaries because it's like the bulk of the kind of game. But there's another mission they've previewed, which we'll probably do next game, which is the sort of second part of the primary is you get a point for every unit you kill, up to 3 a turn. So that really, obviously you don't have to take it as a secondary unless they tweak the wordings. But as we read it, you just get it for killing, and that's kind of what the point of the game is. But going back to the game, I think you did a really, really good game. I don't think there's really much you could have really done better because of how many points you got. Other than probably
jumping on Stranglehold turns.
So minutely like that. But guards seem to be really interesting and fun. I just say it all the time, but just the little man with his little las gun saving the day, I just think it's just brilliant, and I really like it. And I've always liked your army in regards to like army tanks and stuff like that. But yeah, not really much else to say.
Fair enough. Right, guys, we have a sponsor. That sponsor is Elysian Wargames, as always. Thanks to the guys there. And we have a tournament which we announced a few days ago or a week ago. Some time ago. Tickets are probably still on sale, so please consider buying a ticket if you want. It's Onslaught, for Christ's sake. How cool is that? It's 2,500 points of your army against another person's army. You're getting 18 command points. We get to play on the 6x4 table like we did today. So, you know, none of these lines or 5 foot by 4 and a bit. And who did that? Why didn't you just do 5 foot versus 4 foot or something? Not 3 foot and 10/8 or some bollocks. Anyway, I don't work for Games Workshop. I don't decide any of that stuff. So yeah, tickets for that are on sale. There is a subscribe button here as well. Please consider subscribing if you're new and you have made it this far. And with that being said, we are off and we will see you in the next video. Goodbye, guys.
Cheerio.
Will be the same.
Oh, these are bloopers. Right, go on. Right, come on.
3, 2, 1. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Jimmy.
And I am Cadia.
And as you can tell, it's
Hey.
I
Okay.
know, it's just not there now. It's cold in here. It's freezing. We really need to get this place insulated and a heater that works properly because this one is very crap. Anyway, you're not here to listen to us moan about the studio. So we have Imperial Guard versus 1,000 Sons today. 2,000 points. You want to say something?
What?
Let's just start again.
Jesus Christ. Just add salt to the wound of being tired and wanting to go to bed.